Hello guys, welcome to Poolishness. We're going to be changing out a spotlight bulb today. First we're going to take out the one pilot screw on top. And once we get that out, we'll just pop out the whole light assembly. It has a sealed unit with enough cord normally to set it on top of the deck. Once we get on the deck, we're going to go ahead and it has one screw that holds in the clamp assembly. We'll unscrew that. Once we got that loose, we'll take off the clamp assembly. We'll take off the bracket that holds on the lens and the lens gasket. That will pop free. Note, if you see any water come out of there, you know that you had a bad gasket, but we're going to replace the gasket and the bulb. I have my bulb and I have a new gasket. We're going to screw in the new bulb. Note, always check before you put it back to assemble it. Check to make sure the new bulb is working. You don't want to have it all together in underwater and find out that you have a bad bulb. I'm peeling off the old gasket and I'll clean that up real good before I put on the new gasket. And it's a good ideal. These have to be underwater when you try them out, so I'll use the I'll go turn on power and I'll come back and I'll screw it in to see if it comes on, and then I'll back it off till it goes off, go and turn the power off so the light will be off, then come back and screw it back in and put everything together. There's my new gasket. This is a Pentair light, and this is a Pentair gasket. They have different types of styles of gaskets. This is the original. They have an orange one that's a little bit more sticky and maybe seals a little bit better, but this one will work fine. Before you take these apart, make sure that before you change the bulb that you check your GFCI breaker to make sure you do have a bad bulb and the breaker hasn't kicked or somebody hasn't turned it off. If you look on the side, it has instruction where you need to line up the pilot hole on these. It's very crucial that you line up the pilot hole on top where it matches up with the arrow. That's where the pilot screw will go through, which I have in a picture. So I'm matching it up, lining it up with that arrow. It's very, like I said, it's very important you do that, else it will not go back together right. And here's the picture. It has the tabs around the the light frame, you want to make sure you get every tab, your clamp around every tab, and you want to make sure you put the clamp assembly in the right location, which is pictured, before you screw it down. And you could use a Phillip. I use a Phillip or a socket. And as you're tightening it up, I like pressing down around the gasket, or actually on the frame. I'll press down on it to make sure it's tight and snug. Okay, I'll be pressing down right here just to go around it. And these lights, they can leak from, if they go bad, they can leak from the cord, or they can leak from the lens gasket. This particular case, the light bulb was just out, it's not leaking, so I'm going to pretty much roll it back up. You can sometime put some silicone right where the cord and the light assembly meet, and that might help it out. But if it's leaking, it's better off just going with a whole new light assembly. Okay, I'm rolling it up, and I'm going to be kind of rolling it up as I'm going and sticking it into the light assembly, and I am matching up where the pilot hole is. There's one tab inside the light niche, and you want to match that tab up with the pilot screw as you're turning the cord into place. There's a tab on the bottom of the light frame. You have the pilot hole on top and a tab on the bottom. You want to make sure you get that tab inside the light niche also. And that's it. We're going to tighten it up, and that's it. Thank you for watching this episode of Foolishness.